DEA inspections have already started, so let's talk about it a bit. So let's say you just registered and you're like, oh my God, what do I do here? The one thing I always tell people is bear in mind that the rescheduling order from April was extremely deferential to state compliance programs. So I probably beat this to death at this point, but my advice time and time again is to not overcomplicate it and start with auditing your state compliance program. That's not to say that there won't be any federal gaps, but what I find is if you try to bite off more than you can chew at the outset when it comes to auditing a program and try to do everything under the sun, that people freeze and get analysis paralysis. So again, the smartest thing or the most efficient thing to do, in my opinion, is start with your state compliance program and work from there. And if you want to simplify it even further, the three buckets to start with are records, security, and people. So first up is records, and we're usually talking about inventory records in the context of inspections, for example. But the point I like to make with records is it's not only about the existence of those records, it's about whether you can produce those records in, for example, the context of an unannounced inspection on a dime. Secondly, look into your security program. I suspect that the DEA is going to be particularly interested in whether or not you have procedures in place to ensure that diversion does not occur. And third, people. Is your staff trained to deal with the prospect of an unannounced inspection? Your staff needs to be able to walk inspectors through your operations. And you can have all the nicest SOPs in the world, but if they're not actually implemented and your staff don't actually understand them to the extent that they're able to show and not just tell, you're going to have a problem. So again, just get started. And I think the place to start was with your state compliance program. And if you need it simplified further, start with these three buckets and move from there. Let me know what you think in the comments. And as always, feel free to reach out with any questions.